open.
I got 2 twin Glocks strapped to my hip. One for the ops, one for the dip. Got the drip on me, and she take a sip. Doing shit you never see, like a Juno crib. Got a shorty in the club, going dumb. Pour another drink from the night till the one. Party all night, getting lit till the sun. Doing shit for fun, throw another one. Hey, I got 2 twin Glocks strapped.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Dreams Not Fame podcast with your boy, The Hype Man. I'm with one of my OGs, man. It's been 11 years since I've known you, dog.
Really?
We're going to get into this. My boy, Delmar, a.k.a. Omega. How you doing, dog?
What's going on, man? Salute, brother, salute.
But yeah, man, I known you for about 10. We jumping right into this.
Yeah.
I know you about 10, because you know the first time I met you? TGI Fridays.
Really?
TGI Fridays, you was just the bar manager.
All right.
And you Dipset my first month. You remember that shit?
I remember that. I remember that.
And then the second time I met you, this sounds like some Dave Chappelle shit. The third time I met OJ.
Yeah.
But the second time I met you was at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Because I was the bar manager.
You were bar manager at Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah. I just came from TGI Fridays. Yeah. You bounced after a month later.
I did bounce. I did.
And then like maybe a couple months after that, we got into DGEG.
Yeah.
Started that stuff.
Yeah.
We had that rocking, fell off. I've been part of some of your great stories that you've been writing. We've been going back and forth, man. Yeah. But that's the bare history of what we've been through, man. But before we dive into that and definitely other things, man, how's your mental health today?
Man, I'm good, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Appreciate you asking.
I know you good.
I'm really good.
I know.
Yeah.
Just got a baby boy.
Yeah.
First one. Tell me how fatherhood feels, brother.
It really is the greatest gift in the world, man. Mm-hmm. You know, like great responsibility. Mm-hmm. You know, something relies on you. Mm-hmm. Their every need and want is dependent upon you. Mm. And then you know that baby is crying. You don't know what to do. Your nerves are shot. Yeah. And then it'll smile at you and change your day, man. It really is a blessing. I would say it's easily, you know, second to marrying my wife, and then like just one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, man.
Man, I can't imagine. I don't have kids yet, but I'm big on some of these streets, man.
Yeah.
And seeing all that, seeing the growth that I remember having from when we were wilding back in the day to now, it's crazy, man. We both married now. You got your first kid. Are you happy you had a son first and a daughter first? Just in the day and age right now.
A daughter would have scared me. You know, well, I'm still scared for my son, but it's a different type of fear.
Yeah.
You know, but a daughter would have scared me just because, not what the world would do for her, but what you have to be careful when you teach your women. You know.
Yeah.
I can't be that father with the princess syndrome, because then she becomes spoiled and bratty and unrealistic. But I have to have a nice, loving relationship with her so she knows what to demand of a man.
From both sides.
You know what I mean? So that's the part that was scary for me. Mm. And then the fact that my wife was like, I don't know, I'd rather a boy. I was like, man, I thought you was going to be the subject matter expert on this. So,
is she a nurse too? Is she in that field or anything? Or she's my
wife is in finance. Strict, cold,
numbers. Numbers chick is always... I ain't gonna lie, numbers chick scares me.
Yeah.
But they're so common. Oh man, that's perfect, man. That's perfect.
Yeah.
What is your biggest fear for your son before we're gonna dive into rap too? Because we got a big conversation about rap and other things. Last one about your son. What's your biggest fear? Cause my dad told me before he's passed, what his biggest fear with me was like he wanted to make sure I never ended up in places I should have been.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You know, I come from a generation where we all had that talk.
Yeah.
That black male talk.
Yeah.
You know, about being a young black male in America. What was expected of you.
Yep.
What you couldn't do, what you shouldn't do.
Yep.
And that used to be what I would fear for my son. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just worried about just manhood, period. You know?
Why? Explain that a little bit.
But just raising him to, like, what is going to define man and masculinity, and whether or not, you know, the principles that I would like to teach my son are going to matter in that world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, we live in a world where masculinity is being defined by women. And in that case, when you have a relationship with women, what they expect of you has to be beneficiary. So, of course, their definition of you is going to be based on how they can gain benefits. That's fair for a relationship, mind.
Yes.
But it can't be what molds the society.
Yeah.
You know?
No, because I feel, and getting into this, it's more on the lines of, we always known that we're supposed to be providers from the jump. Mm-hmm. As a male thing, not saying that women can't get their own bread. Women can get their own bread. Mm-hmm. Women can make more than the male. I definitely believe that if the love is truly there.
Right.
Don't know about you, but I know that's one of my things. I'm not saying anything personal.
Yeah.
But I do see what you're saying about masculinity in terms of the beneficiaries of that, people that are already expecting before you even in that level yet.
Well, it's not even about being a provider because technically, right, if we're going to talk about marriage and duties, most of these things are defined biblically.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to be a religious person to be married, but you do have to understand most of what we base those parameters on do come from a biblical structure.
Yeah.
And in the Bible, it says nothing about bills. That's not what the. That's
ain't
not
saying nothing about tax either.
Yeah. That's not what the provider part comes from. And then people get hung up on this whole submission thing as well. But for a marriage to work, everyone has to submit to one another.
That's facts.
So it's like, people have this whole concept misconstrued about marriage, relationship, provider, space. When a man has to be a provider, it's not solely about a check. Does he provide a sense of security? Do you feel safe with him? Do you feel like you can trust him? Does he value you? Does he value your time? And I think what's going on with society now is, we're in a world where it's boss bitches and bosses all day, and everyone is thinking in sense of financial terms.
Yeah, I mean, in this world, it's kind of rough. I get why everybody's focusing on financial terms and trying to be financially stable, especially in the black community, especially amongst our black male females. It's what you're saying is very, very true. I definitely agree with you on that because it's becoming more than just that. It's like financially stable. They didn't understand bills, but we're going by biblical sense. And going off of that.
Yeah, what's stability?
What is stability?
What's stability?
For me, stability is I have a roof over my head.
Right.
We both have bills that we're going to have to pay.
So it's not trips and vacations.
It's not trips. For me, it's hard for me to get on vacation. I'm never. I was just having this conversation with my wife. I cannot. For me, 3 days max. Give me 3 days in the place.
You're geared to work.
I'm geared to 100% work.
We're just geared to work.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's. I just want to know what is security, stability, because at this point in time, it's like once you allow someone to continuously move the goalposts, right, in the definition of something, you'll never really be able to solidify how you want that relationship to go.
Word.
So we know we're supposed to give to our women, right?
Yep.
Invest in our women.
Yep.
But of course, that does not mean that's boundaryless. You do have to have boundaries, That's part of the provider, protector portion of the male aspect of a relationship that a lot of modern women don't understand. That part of that protector thing means, okay, so celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Celebrities have security guards, right?
Yep.
So in order to save their lives, sometimes the security guard tells a celebrity they can't do something, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I see what you're saying it in an intellectual way. When I tell my wife, is like, you don't like the word no. And, and you hear no, and you don't hear the reasons behind no.
Right.
But when you hear no, it's like, hey, I'm giving you X, Y, and Z for the reasons.
Right.
And you're like, nah, it's not like that. I'm like, all right, cool, do what you want to do. Right. And then when it backfires, it come back to me like something happened. I'm like, look, I warned you.
Well,
but it is what it is. That standpoint.
They don't really listen to that.
We're going
it's cool, man. I'm married, man. I understand how that works.
I'm married too, but I get chucked the spear if I go off like this.
Man. I pretend my wife listens to me. I do.
We have I would say figuratively. No, I would say figuratively speaking. I think my wife listens to me to a certain extent.
Right.
There's a limit that my wife will listen to me on.
Right.
And I know where that limit is.
Right.
And I think every man knows where that limit is in terms of their wives and girlfriends.
We got to look at it, though.
Yeah.
Like, when we say you should listen to your husband, right, it's not a child in a chastising kind of situation. What people fail to realize is that real relationships, right, they're like any other relationship.
Yeah.
You have a work relationship, right?
Yep.
everybody at your job, you don't automatically get along. You don't automatically understand how to communicate. Sometimes there's a guy that's a visual learner. Sometimes the person's like, hey, I need you to talk me, show me, walk me through this, you know what I'm saying? Or write a manual for me. Marriage is the same way. Yes, I chose a good partner, but that doesn't mean we automatically fit.
Facts.
So in my space, it took some time for my wife, because, me and my wife, we married later.
Yeah.
My wife is a 30-something-year-old woman making six figures. She makes her own decisions.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we married each other out of love, not necessarily a necessity kind of thing. But it's like this woman has her own established way of communication and understanding and life planning.
Yep.
So this is where men, right? This is where submission comes from men.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't think men submit to their wives in their relationships, and it's completely false.
I think we do. I think we listen. I think when people say, I think people get really offended when we say, you need to listen to your husband.
Right.
I don't think that's a bad take.
No.
I don't think it's a bad take when someone tells me you need to listen to your wife.
Of course not.
It's not.
You chose that person to be your life partner.
Yeah, you chose that person to be your life partner. You chose this route. You got to understand that every puzzle is different.
Right.
Every situation is different. Both of y'all have to do it within the confines of yourself,
right.
And not. I would say and not posting on social media. Social media is a bunch of lies, and anyway, because to me it's like you live in this falsity of a perfect life on social media.
Right.
When back in reality, it's like everything's on.
Everybody's
some shit.
had problems.
Everybody got problems. Everybody's problems. But enough about relationships.
Okay.
The one thing I want to talk to you about, the biggest thing I want to talk about to you, your love for rap. Your love for rap is deafening within Virginia, Jersey, the battle rap scene, Omega. That's how I met you. I gotta say this first before we get in your battle rap. Who is your top three? I think I heard one of your top threes in there when I first got in your car, but I don't think he might.
No. He didn't make it yet.
He didn't make it. He ain't your top three.
No, he didn't make it yet. This might surprise people. Jay is number one.
That's not a surprise.
Jay is number one. Just my rap style patterns a lot of what Jay does, as far as like the double entendres and the triple entendres and the slick talk. Like, did he say what I thought he said, or was it something deeper? But it was slick.
Yeah.
Number two, Busta Rhymes.
Busta back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I remember Busta.
Right.
My generation, we got Busta when it was like Touch It, Bring It. Like that's the end of
but
the
that's the end
that.
of it. It's like the tail end of the era.
It was the tail end of that, like Flip Mode. That wasn't all that. When
Yeah.
I got ears and listened to the earlier stuff a little bit and then listened to Flip Mode, I'm like, oh, Busta was that guy.
You know what it is about Busta Rhymes? He never sounds dated, and he's been rapping for almost 40 years.
He doesn't, because
He never sounds dated.
he did it with that feature with Chris Brown, seemed regular. The Touch It, Bring It seemed regular.
He never sounds dated.
No.
So you have to ask yourself, Busta Rhymes is a 40-something-year-old man, right? He's been rapping for at least 30 years professionally. Do you know how hard it is to do rap for 30 years and always sound refreshing?
It's hard.
That's
There's very few. Jay's one of them.
Yeah.
Kanye's almost in that 30-year mark, in my opinion. But Kanye's got some writers. I will give you Kanye.
You know when we have an MC conversation, it's different. But as an artist, you
yes,
can enter him into the artist.
Artist, yes, I know Kanye.
MC conversation is different.
Kanye is different than MC conversation. But there's certain people that can last and make it refreshing. Jay's the only one that come to mind, in my opinion. There's some other artists out there, but to me, that's it. So Busta, Jay, Busta.
Right.
Who's the third?
Man, I'm so eclectic, because you're asking me my top three, period.
Yeah, I normally give people 5, and now I'm cutting to 3. Then make it
3, okay.
Because I want that struggle at the end. Like
okay.
I gotta listen to this guy if I'm in the gym or I'm on my way to work.
Well, I'm just thinking anybody I can turn an album on, and I'm not playing with it,
skipping.
While I'm skipping through it, I would say. It's a tie right now.
That's fine. That's fine. There is a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. It's a tie between Kanye West
artistically,
and Fabulous.
Fab. I've heard Fab from MCs, a lot of MCs.
Yeah.
And Fab back in the day rocked, and maybe because like Fab hasn't really it's like for me Fab was like in comparison. I know this is a horrible comparison. Yeah, it's like my Lloyd Banks. Like slightly,
I get it.
Like
it's the same archetype of rapper.
It's the same
archetype. Yeah,
but it's just like they don't get the shine that they do that they need. Like
Fabulous's problem is he has terrible commercial albums. He does great singles, and there's usually these are girl records and other stuff like that. And then he does the one street record like Breathe, and then you're like, okay, but he usually does like a really commercial record.
It just the album's not complete.
The album's terrible, but that's the same thing with Jadakiss. So Jadakiss and him are usually, when it comes to rappers, they're tied for me because they have the same problem. Great rappers, great mixtapes. The albums are terrible.
Yeah, and no one really, because we were for Jadakiss that versus with Dipset. Yeah, relaunched Jadakiss in a certain way that he's getting more fanfare now. Not saying the whole relaunch. Yeah, but he's getting more fanfare because of the way he attracted new rappers or new fans through that whole situation. And a lot of people can say that Jada never really had an album that was really like, I mean, there was some I can't name off the top of my head, but it was like full front to back. I can play it regardless.
Yeah, never a commercial album.
Never.
The mixtapes is cool.
Well, mixtapes always.
Joints with the Locks albums are crazy.
Yes.
The mixtapes is cool, but the studio records, no. I mean, he'll have that, he'll have the occasional, knock yourself out. He'll have that record. And then he did the, what was it, Y or something like that?
Yeah. He did that. He had some hits that I don't think of Jada, like when I talk to a lot of rappers, everybody put Jada in the 5. And he's never gets past the 3 mark because of the thing you said about commercially. Well, and it's hard. And everyone's like, if I'm taking Jada, I'm taking the whole Locks with me.
Well, when you tell me this conversation, I got to add, can I put things in there like Wu-Tang or Meth and Red because they're counted as one entity? Can I do that? Because if we can do that,
if you want to talk about Wu-Tang, technically Meth is by association, not technically a member, if I recall.
Meth or Red?
No, my bad. Red. Meth is that was going to get me slapped.
Yeah, but I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
I was like, hold on. No, Meth is
Wu-Tang.
Meth is
but it's
Wu-Tang.
Redman.
It's Redman.
So technically, if okay, there we go. So that's my list.
It's a technical.
Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, and the Wu-Tang Clan.
There you go.
Because you get Ghostface, Raekwon, Method Man, and then you can throw Redman, which then makes Meth in Red. Yeah. Because, oh my God, I love Meth.
Oh my God. It doesn't make any
sense. That's one of the best rap concerts, live shows I've ever seen.
You saw Meth in Red live.
Oh my God. They got in the crowd, and they rap walking on the crowd. They do the whole songs that way. Or they start off swinging, and then they come down, and they're walking on the crowd while they're rapping. You know Method and Redman's Red Energy, smoking weed, throwing blunts in the crowd. One of the best live rap shows I've ever seen.
Damn.
Still to this day.
Damn.
Them and the Roots and Busta Rhymes.
I feel it. I think that all of those are musically acclaimed artists that can do different things and do. It's all about the performance of the artist. Yeah. To your battle rap. Now, I was looking on your Facebook page. Yeah. I saw this thing. I was like, kind of weird because we're getting up there in age. You're like, I'm doing no more battle raps.
Yeah, I'm done.
You did it for what, 20 years? Almost seems like 20.
Okay, technically, right? If you're saying, as an MC, I've been battling since day one. Yeah. And I've been rapping since I was 17. Yeah. So that's 23 years.
23, yeah.
So, but if you're talking about this formal, modern day age of battle rap, I've been doing that for 8 to 9 years.
8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
Why you decide, is it just, it's a turn of page, it's done, there's some issues with it. What's the main thing?
Oh man, my story is layered, baby.
I want the story, dog. That's the thing. My
story is layered, baby.
I need to see the whole story.
Come on, man. It's, I'm like one of them battle rap conspiracy theories. They're like, why isn't he on smack? And then they find out why. It's a bunch of drama. I mean, Truth be told, right? Could I say there's a lot of things that are tied to why I'm leaving battle rap? That would be a fact.
Okay.
I mean, I've had some drama in battle rap, you know.
I think everybody got energy. I've been in a couple of them things.
Yeah, and you know, anybody who knows me knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So ultimately, but I never let it make me leave the culture before. So I can say it was that. I think honestly where it is that now I realize I'm not, remember what I told you about Busta Rhymes?
Yeah.
Adaptable and stay refreshing?
Yeah.
What they find good now, I don't think I'm willing to do. You know?
Every artist has a limit. And not saying the limit is bad. It's just like, this is not my wave.
Well, just what I would have to do. I have a particular rap style.
Yeah.
You know
and I've seen it
saying?
live, and it's very, very direct. Punch, punch, yeah.
I have a particular rap style, you know? So it's kind of like change my rap style to fit in or just say, you know what? Like, I left music alone for a couple years. DGEG was my entry back into music.
Yeah.
So I had been doing music, writing music, stuff like that. Then I left music alone. DGEG. Remember when we started with DGEG, I didn't even want to be an artist.
You just wanted to be
I
hand
wanted to just take care of you guys.
Yeah.
But we had such great chemistry. It didn't make sense not to, you know.
Yeah.
So, but ultimately, I just think now it's just it's time for me to gracefully bow out, officially. But if there becomes an opportunity that I haven't had before, like, you know, I've gone to Canada to battle. I've been on 2 of the top 3 battle leagues in the world. So it's like, but I haven't been on the one that matters. Now there's reasons for that, a little drama. Sometimes my mouth get me in a little trouble, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm also a man that I stand firm behind all my decisions. Yeah. Whether I've grown up and realized I should have done something differently, I still stand by my decisions because I was a league owner when I came to battle rap. Yeah. I didn't come to battle rap as an artist. So I made some bones with some people because I understood business. Yeah. And I said I refuse to operate business this way. This doesn't seem like this is beneficiary for me. Yeah. I'd rather build my own. So in a world where they're trying to hire more employees, no one wants more managers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Bars. So, yeah, no one wants more managers.
Nah, I think that, honestly, if in the world, and honestly, I think tension makes for the best performances. Yeah. I think everybody's going to have an opinion, but as long as you can come down to the table and eat, I think everybody will be fine. I think when people take emotion and all that stuff into it, it becomes a situation when you're thinking more outside the check.
Well, I think part of my personality, right, and this is why people either like me or don't like me, I think I'm the shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know, but I'm not condescending. I just think I'm the shit. So I carry myself in a way that's like, if I jump in a lane to do something, I've either done enough learning or I've spent some time being taught by something to where I feel I legitimately I can exist here. And because I can legitimately exist here, I'm going to talk my shit while I'm here. Yeah. So I think with battle rap, that's why a lot of people like me. People don't like me, just like Facebook. That's why
we're gonna get you the controversies Facebook posts in a minute. I love some of them. Some of them are just like perfect because I know your personality. Listen, man. And your personality is the same way. Like your personality to me is when like that whole Britney Griner thing came up. We're gonna get back to your battle rap, but that whole Britney Griner thing came up. I told my wife, I'm like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, you gotta read this post and come back to me because it was a post about the LeBron James comparison to Britney Griner. Yeah, terrible. It was terrible. And Rose was like, if this was LeBron James, 1, this wouldn't have gotten this far, which I do believe is true. Right. But 2, I think that Russia would be parading him just as much as Britney Griner, if not more.
I'm gonna tell you what would have happened.
They would have shut this shit down.
If this was LeBron James,
they would have shut this shit down.
I'm gonna tell you what would have happened if this was LeBron James. Not a damn thing, because it would have never been LeBron James. LeBron James don't pack his own bags. Let's stop this bullshit. So look, bro.
Well,
look. 1, it was disrespectful to even bring that black man into this situation. He got nothing to do with it. What did LeBron James have to do with it? Why are they pitting black men and black women against each other all the damn time? LeBron James had nothing to do with this situation. This woman is a Russian citizen.
Dual citizenship.
Yes, she's played basketball for this country for 8 years.
She know what the rules are.
Russia is not the U.S. I smoked weed on my way here with the windows down. You can't do that in Russia. So it's not the same attitude, you know? So we can't necessarily say, oh, well, there's a brother serving life for 43 grams in the United States.
And he will be charged. And it's
life.
what it is. It's life.
He's serving life, though, for weed. And it's legal in half the country. That's us.
And we're not even worrying about them.
Why are we doing all this fanfare about Russian law? A couple weeks ago, it was go Ukraine. Aren't they? And don't they have an issue? That's like if we got issue. If me and this dude is beefing, right? Let's say me and this dude is beefing, right? And the whole time you've been on the side like, whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. And then somebody violates you. Do I get to come over to you and be like, hey, man, come on, man. We were just going, we had Ukraine Facebook profile picture trend. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Now we feel we can tell Russia. Everyone's bored.
It's bored. There's nothing going on. It happened at the perfect time. Perfect storm. Mm-hmm. Summertime in the United States, no shit happens.
Come on, man.
Because all the sports are done. There's nothing to distracting us throughout the day.
I like the Will Smith and Chris Rock episode of Life better. That was a much better show.
Oh.
I didn't like this Britney Griner episode. They can delete that from the season.
Dude.
Don't put that on the DVD. I don't want.
It's coming as a DVD.
I don't want that on the DVD, man. In Life.
Yo,
take that episode off.
Ah, man. All right. Hold on. One more thing about battle rap. I'm gonna get you the Rock and Will Smith thing because since I do comedy, I can get you. Trust me, the comedy clubs are going off.
Of course. I can imagine.
Oh my god.
I can imagine. Everyone's set.
Everybody's. Everyone was coming from the cutting the onion from different slices, man. Yeah. It was just the whole. I had the whole thing on Jada. It's a whole situation. But with the battle rap, because I saw how aggressive it get. I seen Sha do his thing.
Yeah,
Sha's a nice one. Shout out to my boy. He
terrorist.
Oh man,
terrorist by the way. Militia. Unplugged. Let me throw all the things out there. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I think that battle rap has a place. I think when people saw let me ask you your opinion on this. I've been wrapping around my brain around this.
Yeah.
Do you believe that when Hitman Holler and Conceited got on Wild Now, did it populate battle rap a little bit more? Did it put it on a little bit more pedestal, or they would just?
Of course. Why would we not? Okay, look, man. Look, I understand hip hop is this whole hardcore underground, true to source. That's the art, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to things, people say battle rap is like the last true version of hip hop left, right?
Yes.
That's what they'll say. But you have to realize in the culture that we monetize everything. People monetize pain. Mm-hmm. So why would they not monetize this last part? So why would we not have commercial breakthroughs? Mm. Now, do we want it to survive in its raw, purest form in some way? Of course. But realistically, we also want these young black men to reap some benefits off of the work they've been doing.
Yeah.
So I don't mind when people to throw a little capitalism behind battle rap, because that eventually led to why Smack could get an app, KOTD could do live pay-per-view things, RBE is doing live pay-per-view things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the culture at this point, you got Saturdays, one Saturday out the month, you can download Caffeine.
I've heard. I heard about that. Yeah,
Open up Caffeine and watch the URL do a live event for free. I've been watching battle rap since you had to wait for it to drop on YouTube. No schedule, you didn't know. Or, to be truthful, I've been watching battle rap since Smack was doing DVDs. You know what I mean? And you don't even live in New York. So you had to get the DVD from a cousin who got it from their cousin in New York, from your cousin in Jersey, who then has a cousin in Philly or Maryland. And then, we live down here.
Yeah.
We see it. Then we the ones that take it to the people in Florida and Georgia and North Carolina.
It floods down the course.
And then they go out west with it. So that's how we were getting stuff. So I've been watching battle rap since then. So to be able to fully access battle rap that easy.
In your hands.
In my hands, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love hip hop. Like you said, I love hip hop. I've been rapping for 23 years.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of things. Made music, write music, managed artists, battle, own a battle league. Ultimately, all in all, these are all different kinds of rap, but it is hip hop at the core, ultimately.
What's the most frustrating thing dealing with rappers? There's many things with rappers. What's the most frustrating?
Well, there's a difference. We got MCs.
Yeah.
We got rappers.
Yeah.
So like a rapper to me would be like YG, somebody like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or MC, somebody who really respects they pen. Like I say, like Benny the Butcher and all them type.
And Benny the Butcher's been around for
J.
a minute,
Cole,
and everybody,
you know what I'm saying?
everybody just get on that wave.
Yeah, Kendrick. Like these are MCs. You know what I mean? So I would think the biggest issue I'd have with rappers would just be like, occasionally, be an MC, sneak it in. You know what I'm saying? Do the songs. You know what I'm saying?
Do the work.
I understand. Do the pop music. Because that's what rap is now. Rap is no longer... Remember, hip-hop used to be like, the hip-hop record, you get the hip-hop award.
Yeah.
Hip-hop is now popular music. So there's essences of hip-hop, which commercialized became rap. There's essences of rap in all popular music to this point.
Yeah.
We've come a long way from Limp Bizkit.
I was just watching, speaking of Limp Bizkit, I was watching Trainwreck Woodstock 99.
Oh, the new, I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it's great.
It hits on so many levels, and I was sitting back and watching, and they had different artists on. They didn't have, I think DMX was on there.
Yeah.
They didn't even show DMX's part.
Really?
They didn't even show it. I was waiting the entire time. They put on all the white artists.
Yeah.
Most, but not even like in the docu sense. They put on certain ones. They certain high points of the situation. They put on Korn. They put on the guy that after Korn. There was like Korn, and it had a whole rock movement, and then they had this soft nigga playing after them. I'm like, that's a hard fault. Y'all didn't listen to y'all music. But
so they just threw names on a card. They
just
put
threw
together
names.
a show.
No, because
that's the problem.
What's the problem that I saw from them was that most of their head people were already who were managing all the Woodstocks were already in their 60s.
They just were looking at
names and records.
They didn't put a show together.
No, because they just saw rock bands. Right. But these rock bands are different from your rock bands in the 60s to your rock bands in the 90s when you had Korn and Limp Bizkit. And they just ripping the house down.
Right. Which then gave birth to Linkin Park and all that.
Yeah, Linkin Park and all that. And I was watching Limp Bizkit. I was watching Korn, and they were implementing some of the rap stuff in there. They weren't all screamo, all that stuff. And I'm listening to them like
that was hip hop.
It was just hip hop, but just white boys,
which came from Aerosmith and Run DMC, or maybe the Beastie Boys.
Maybe.
But that's what I'm saying is hip hop is now part of the tapestry of what you call popular music.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I applaud all types of steps toward commercializing it.
Yeah.
Hitman Holla and Conceited are two of the greatest battle rappers to ever live.
Yep.
Now, Conceited hasn't done it in a while.
No, he hasn't. Because since he got that MTV check, I can respect it.
But Hitman, he'll jump in every once in a while.
And that one other guy that is in there too.
Charlie Clips.
Oh my God. That dude's funny. He went at that guy, Jack, the one with Jack something, the dude with the one eye. He a battle rapper too.
Yeah.
He went at him. I was just like, God.
Oh, Jack Thriller?
Yeah, Jack Thriller.
Jack Thriller's not a battle rapper, but he is a personality from battle rap. Mm-hmm. He used to hang out with Queensfoot.
Okay. All
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I knew of the name. I just didn't know his
Jack
story.
Thriller. They all personalities from like the battle rap side.
And then, and it's kind of interesting seeing the battle rap side, like the charisma of some of the battle rappers, and seeing that spotlight is different. But let's get to this the summer of all these black controversies. First off is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yes.
Your opinion got, I think, over maybe like 100, 200 likes, angry faces, 300 comments. Like,
it's the shares though.
Oh my!
You gotta check the shares. It's the shares and the conversations from the people who share your stuff.
Yeah,
that's where the real shit be at. They don't be under your comments. Those are the people that know you.
Yeah,
go to the people that share your shit. Look, I've gone viral a couple times. When you go viral, it happens in a blink of an eye, right? Yeah. Because what it is, you post your opinion. And I know how to feed the algorithm. Yeah. So I start my shit around 8:30 in the morning. You're not into your work day yet. Mm-hmm. You're scrolling. You're casually scrolling through your phone.
You're first or maybe the third on the list.
I know how to feed the algorithm.
Yep.
So I post my thoughts around 8:30. People get into it till about lunchtime. Because honestly, if you notice, after I write my post, I usually don't say much.
You don't say
I let
nothing.
everybody else do the talking. Unless someone says something directly to me. So by lunch, right? You're like, oh man, it's 150 comments, 75, you go take your lunch.
Yeah.
It's like 30 shares at 10 in the morning. By 2, it's at 150 shares. And then the people that you don't know are cussing your ass out. That shit is hilarious.
But that Will Smith Jada one, that one was an odd one for the culture. To be honest, it was odd because there's so much history between the two families. Somewhat. Tony Rock did the Will Smith show.
Yeah.
Chris Rock did the couple shows with Jada. The joke was not even that hard to begin with.
Will Smith ain't slapped Mark Anthony when he found him fucking Jada, so I don't want him to slap Chris Rock.
Nah. He, even with, not even Mark Anthony.
You see how I did that right there? You see how I did that right there? Yeah. We not talking about August, Leo season. Shout out to Leo season. But, is it August?
It is August.
Is it August?
It is August. I guess it's August.
Yeah, so,
I ain't heard about the Mark Anthony one.
Listen, you a young buck, bro.
Okay.
I
respect that.
You a young buck. Will and Jada done popped up on the gossip mills before.
Several times.
And it always is some secret shit about her being caught fucking somebody, whether it's Mark Anthony or Queen Latifah. It's all been said before. So if you, Will Smith, you ain't smack Mark Anthony low, ass, you ain't hit him. Queen Latifah, your size, you ain't fight her. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna slap Chris Rock on national television? Because your girl got alopecia because she don't listen to people when they tell her don't bleach and cut her hair and do so much trauma to her hair. See, they try to be slick and throw in a medical term to throw you off. Yeah, she's balding because she processes her hair too much. Find me a picture of Jada Pinkett with the same haircut that goes past a year. I'll wait. It
was never when I looked at the alopecia, when I first looked this up, because I was looking up jokes, I was in the comedy club, and what Will Smith, dumbest shit he ever did was slap Chris Rock. Because nothing for, I think, a good month was nothing but Chris
Nobody
Rock.
cared.
No one cared.
Yeah.
And it was nothing but Will Smith.
Because Russia and Ukraine was around that same time, and
no
even then they took a back seat to Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Yeah.
They didn't care. So when it was like,
Will Smith is one of the greatest black men that white America has ever seen before.
He's the one that got passed in the room.
He is the greatest. Listen, let me tell you something. All right, Will Smith is the greatest black man that white America knows, and I tell you why. Will Smith is a lovable TV character. He's one of our first rap album to win a Grammy,
and they didn't pick it up because of
this man is a rap legend. Then he has a lovable TV show. He's that cool hip hop teenager, colorful clothes, and he went to a private school. TV legend. Will Smith punched aliens for us
on Independence Day.
Are you serious? He's been fighting aliens most of his movie career. He even did it as a cowboy. There's only 3 other great black men that you could pair with Will Smith. Martin Luther King, Denzel Washington. He's motherfucking saying Martin Luther King, Denzel Washington.
I would say Denzel's the whitest one.
No. No. They're not white. These are still black men. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them.
No.
What I'm saying is if you had a conversation with someone and they were racist, right? There are a couple black men that have nothing but wonderful things to say about. I'm serious.
It'll be Denzel and Will Smith.
Will Smith is one of those black men. I'm just telling you.
So you're saying everything was on his side when he slapped Chris?
With this kind of caliber of respect that you have from everyone loves Will Smith. Who don't like Will Smith? When you do something of that caliber, right? You have to realize what overall you have done, period. He's one of the greatest Hollywood actors of all time. Will Smith. right? Would you not argue Will Smith is top 10 Hollywood of all time?
He top 10. Because I had to think about his movies real quick. Ali.
He's top 10 Hollywood of all time.
Yeah.
You got the Tom Cruises. I would say Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
Yep.
Al Pacino.
Give him.
What's my man? Marlon Brando, maybe. Because you gotta include old Hollywood.
Yep.
Marlon Brando. Mm-hmm. They'll throw Tom Hanks in there because of Forrest Gump. You know, they like Tom Hanks. I don't like Tom Hanks.
I
heard some stuff about Tom
the
Hanks.
Epstein shit.
You know, I heard some stuff about Forrest.
Forrest been running. He been running for a while.
Yeah, I heard Forrest. That's why Forrest ran to Greece. You know, but I don't want the government to kill me.
Nah.
So, but yeah, man, they throw Tom Hanks in there, and then we'll sneak in. We get to sneak in. Mm-hmm. Maybe Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, and Will Smith.
I give you that's not even given. Yeah, because Saint Poirier broke the mold.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the three black men they're gonna put in that list.
Yep.
You know, everybody else. You know, I'm a personal fan of Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's one of the greatest. Man, I love Tom. I love Tom Hardy. Love Tom Hardy, man. But yeah, that was terrible. And then everyone gets to try to cover it up because a woman is the villain in the story.
Man,
if it was a man, right, that was doing this to a Hollywood actress, think about this. Who is the female version of Will Smith?
The black female?
We can do black or white. Just give me, because Will Smith transcends color.
Let me give you Halle Berry. Let me put out Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Mm-hmm. Imagine Halle Berry, right? Mm-hmm. Was married to Martin Lawrence. Okay? Mm-hmm. And, not even Martin Lawrence. Because Martin is a respected kind of Hollywood guy, too. Yeah. You say, he's married to some B-level black actor, right? Morris Chestnut or something like that. Yeah. He's married to Morris Chestnut.
You're the female. The female's going to hate you for that. You're not going after our horse teeth like that.
Nah, Morris Chestnut is not Hollywood star power. Black Hollywood maybe, but not Hollywood star power. Yeah. So Jada Pinkett is black Hollywood star power. Mm-hmm. So you got Halle Berry is married to Morris Chestnut. Mm-hmm. And there's been countless stories of Morris Chestnut cheating on Halle Berry. You got these kids. They've had these kids. Then it becomes public that Morris Chestnut was having an affair with Sierra. Mm-hmm. He had an affair with Sierra. Mm-hmm. And Sierra's writing songs about it, doing videos about it. Mm-hmm. And then Morris Chestnut, because he ain't been making no movies, he starts a podcast. And on this podcast is him, his son, and his father. And they get on this podcast and they talk about all their personal business. Mm-hmm. They talk about Morris cheating with Sierra. Talk about Morris putting Halle Berry through all the emotional issues they've been doing for years. How Halle tries her best to be the best wife that she can be. And Morris is just an unsatisfied husband. And he's known for cheating on Halle Berry. Then Halle Berry snaps and walks up on an Oscar stage and slaps the shit out of Gabrielle Union.
They wouldn't be blaming it. They would put it all on Holly before they put it on Morris.
You don't think they would blame Morris Chestnut?
They wouldn't blame Morris Chestnut.
I guess they wouldn't. Because you know why? Holly wouldn't have been still married to Morris Chestnut. Because women would have told her to get rid of that man a long time ago. Why? Because it's okay to frame him as an abuser. You've seen it before. Mm. So you can point out what exactly he as a man is doing that's abusive. The reason why you can't associate that with Jada Pinkett, because in your mind you see short, bald head, cute little Woo. Remember Jada Pinkett from Woo? And Low Down Dirty Shame?
Look, I was never.
Jada was bad.
I never was a Jada fan. Never.
Jada was a cute little, you know what I'm saying? Cute little spunky little thing. That's what she was, a cute little spunky little thing.
Yeah.
She was a cute girl though. And you see her. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily see a narcissistic, controlling, manipulative person who may potentially even be bipolar. You know? And you don't see this person how they're even sowing discord amongst their children. Mm-hmm. Because this is a woman. She's given birth to these children. You know, automatically, women are afforded some things that save them from being labeled abusive people. Because people feel a woman gives birth to children. Motherly, so we know there's no way this woman would abuse this child. Without, if someone says that about someone's father, they'll never second guess it. This dad sexually molested his daughters. What? Oh, yes, he did. Don't even ask for evidence. Don't ask how you know. Automatically, yes, because it's feasible. Because we know men can be monstrous, abusive, and predatory. But Jada Pinkett. And then she said, and this is how you know you're dealing with a narcissist, right? I'm going to tell you a couple things you need to peep. This woman watches her black billionaire Hollywood top 10 husband get on stage and slap another wealthy man. You didn't see Jada Pinkett move. When Will sat down, she didn't whisper in his ear. She didn't talk to him. She didn't say anything. She leaned back, and she looked comfortable and satisfactory. This is how you know you're dealing with someone who is emotionally manipulating a situation. Because what wife would not have pulled her husband aside or spoken to him in any way after seeing something like that? You got to ask yourself, what woman would you want that to be your way? What wife wouldn't, before she sees her husband even make it to that stage, didn't grab him and stop him to say, what are you doing? This ain't scripted.
No. You're right, because my wife has plenty of time saved someone from an ass whooping.
Your woman is back to that protector thing. Women are supposed to protect their husbands too. They protect their husbands' images. See, we're supposed to protect the physical, you know? They're supposed to protect our images and our emotional state. That's them. They are our check and balance system in that regard. So as his wife, she should always know how to keep her husband from reaching that
reaching that boiling point. No, I did it. And even when Will Smith did it, I don't think he really was thinking in that moment as well.
Of course not.
He made it even 10 times worse than himself. Not because of the aftermath of all the movies and all that stuff. The level, and I keep on going back to this, the level of fadedness he was getting in the comedy clubs was outrageous.
Really?
It was horrendous. Like, even when I was looking back at my jokes, I made a joke about Jada Pinkett hair. Jada Pinkett hair looked like, it didn't look like alopecia. It looked like a straight shape up she got from the barbershop on Saturday.
She doesn't have alopecia.
She don't got it.
Listen,
sorry.
I'm not saying her hair isn't balding, okay? But when you say someone is suffering, listen.
I've seen alopecia. That don't look that sharp.
When a man has a receding hairline, that's also alopecia. When you develop bald spots and your hair is aging and just certain spots don't grow hair anymore, that is also alopecia. So what they used to call that was male pattern baldness. Now let's go back to the previous example. Halle Berry slaps Gabrielle Union because she made a joke about Morris Chestnut's male pattern baldness. Does that fly?
No.
Oh, is that traumatic?
Not at all.
Oh my God, magic.
It's different. It's fucking different. You know what? That Morris Chestnut, I see what you... You're not even doing that. I see what you're doing, Clay. I see what you're going with this play. What was the other thing? We already got the Britney Griner shit out the way, the Ukraine shit out the way. Yeah. What's been the most outrageous controversy you have on your Facebook? Because your Facebook controversy be going crazy. Craziest opinion. Let's say, what's the craziest opinion you got right now?
Historically, anything I say in reference to the Alphabet Mafia. Anything. That's a definite 50 shares, 1,000. I'm definitely going viral. A couple times I talked about Dwayne Wade's son.
I remember that shit. A lot of people didn't like that shit.
Well, you know what it was is that I was showing the funny part about it. So I think the tail end of this story, right? This young man identifies as a young lady.
Yeah.
And now he's exploring a relationship with a young woman who identifies as a young boy. And then I said, ultimately, he sounds straight to me. And then people say, they they didn't like it. I said, wow, we did a whole bunch of twisted turns and figure eights to go back to being straight. Because ultimately, that
it don't fly with the Alphabet Mafia.
That took off.
It don't fly.
You know what I'm saying? That definitely took off. And the thing is people assume when I have an opinion that I haven't done my due diligence. Mm-hmm. I do look up statistics,
research,
data.
Yeah.
I take my time to go look things up. So when I would have conversations about transgender people or gender dysphoria or anything like that, people would assume it's from a place of ignorance, not knowing I've done my due diligence to know the history of trans people in this country. Yeah. And what really is the core of what they're trying to help these people through. And it's like what they're trying to do now is like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. That's not the proper solution, in regards to allowing children to make adult decisions. Yeah. So that's always been my frequent argument. I don't care what adults do. Yeah. I'll bring up topics in relation to children.
Yeah, like children is different. Like when they've been doing the whole transformation that they've been going through, and respectfully, I understand everybody got their thing.
Yeah.
For me personally, there's a certain age limit that you got to cut that.
Well, not to get into too much because there is
I see
a full.
In this joint.
No, there's a full psychological science behind gender dysphoria and identity, sex, and all these things, right? Yeah. Ultimately, right? What people should understand is that young adults make young adult decisions. Children make children decisions. And I turned 40 years old in about 2 weeks. And there's things that I wanted to do with my life and pursue at 9, 15, 25 that I don't align with now. Now, that may not be the same thing as an identity type thing, but I would say that within anything, when it comes to children, we allow children to allow some time before they can make decisions on who they want to marry. We allow children some time to make decisions on whether or not they want to join the military and if they want to do certain things. Yeah. We have always understood that a level of maturity is needed to make life-changing decisions. Why is this one situation, which actually is more traumatizing than the rest? Yes, there's a possibility at 16, if I drink alcohol, I may make an irresponsible thing or have a car accident, I may kill someone. But at 15, you're going through trying to understand yourself, and you make a rash decision because emotions are involved with our thought processes. Yeah. You make an emotional decision that if you try to reverse it, could cause you lasting physical harm. Even the initial change can cause you lasting physical or mental harm. Yeah. It's a possibility. It
is. I've heard from different people or stories I've seen on the internet that when people go through that transition, later on they're like, sometimes they wish they didn't do it because of the things they're going through and stuff like that. Now they're stuck where they're at. And I definitely understand it. It's definitely a complex situation.
Well, it's very complex, and that's why, right? I feel if we're trying to respect the complexity of what this particular journey a person may be having. If you're telling me this is a complex journey, truly understandable. Yeah. It is a complex journey. I couldn't imagine waking up and realizing, I swear I'm a white dude from Jersey. Yeah. I am one of the darkest skinned Africans you will probably see in this region of the country. Okay? Imagine I wake up and I say, you know what? I don't identify with myself. I don't feel comfortable being 40, African, black, and a man. That's got to be shocking, disturbing, and put you through some things. But too often than not, and I think this is one of the truths that I did learn, is that even post-transitioning, it's very hard for these people to surpass the mental health issues, the suicide rates, the drug use rates. These things are pretty much consistent. So if this procedure is not alleviating initially what is the pain of what their identity that they're trying to take this journey through, then are we really truly solving anything by just automatically telling children they can change?
It doesn't solve. No, you're right.
Just a question. No. I mean, I don't know the full answer to it. It's just a rhetorical.
No, it's a rhetorical question. It's a very rhetorical question because I think a lot of stuff can happen with the right therapist.
Sure.
I think not. It just depends on what that person is. I think conversations need to happen more than drastic decisions.
Right.
But that's just me. Before we wrap this up, man, we got 5 minutes left of this joint. We do one thing we call it the alley oop. Is one question you can ask the host, any question at all. I have to answer it.
Okay.
And go. If I already answer, I'll let you know. We can keep going through.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's see. All right. So, if tomorrow someone comes to you, right, and says, "I'll make you the greatest of these two things ever," which one would you choose? Comedian or MMA fighter? And go.
I would make you the greatest MMA fighter like Mike Tyson. I mean, not Mike Tyson, MMA fighter.
Yeah,
but y'all know what y'all mean. Y'all know what I mean.
They almost got you. That's another one. Just second faux pas of this show, bro.
Yeah, nah. Or a comedian. I honestly, if someone can make me the greatest MMA fighter, I'll take that over being a comedian.
Yeah, one of the greatest at whatever you do.
I would definitely do that because I'll pick that one over comedian because I love the sport. I love it.
Yeah.
I can go in. When you find something that's like water, that you can drink every day, you can do it every day. You need it. You can drink it whenever you want to.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I love the knowledge base behind it.
Amen.
And if someone can make me a goat, which I think my professors make me one of the goats.
Yeah.
I think that's an opportunity I can't pass up. Comedy is different. Comedy is like MCing, but of course MC's got to hit that note, got to hit that punchline, got to hit all that. Yeah. Comedy's got to have that right timing. That's why you see I've learned when I've been in these comedy rooms for the last 2 years. Yeah. A lot of rappers and comedy people, MCs, we go to the same parties. We go. It's so
same skill set.
Same skill set. You got crowd. You got to feel the crowd. You got to pump the crowd. You got to
know moments.
You got to know the moments.
You got to know the moments. You got to control the energy.
Yeah.
And you literally are center stage.
Yes.
You know, they literally are center stage. You know.
Yeah, and it's like different. Like from MMA, I'm controlling my body.
Yeah.
With comedy, I'm controlling the crowd. And that's a whole different organism.
Of course.
A whole different bunch of cells that you don't know.
A whole different fight.
It's a whole different fight, y'all.
You can fine tune both sets of weapons, though. But
yes.
So you choose MMA, though.
I choose MMA. with all, like, seriously, if when you said that, comedy MMA, I'm like, yeah, MMA. MMA, without doubt. I think there's nothing. The bright lights will always be there. The bright lights are for both.
Right. I'm about to say because it's a game over there too. It's you got to be a star over there too.
You got to be a dog.
Yeah.
You have to be a dog, and I think that just my mindset and the way I grew up and the way I've been. I think that it's always refreshing to me when I've been in certain things like super fights for jiu-jitsu, which is similar to like MMA fights, but just no punching. We're in the kimono or gi, and we're doing our thing. And I've been in those stars, I've seen those bright lights, and honestly, I've never felt more calm and been more at peace at myself than being in that moment. Being in that moment is always relaxing. And when comedy can be relaxing too. When I'm on my flow, when I've been in the flow for like 2-3 months, I can get like that with comedy too. But with jiu-jitsu, and not how long I've been away, whatever, it's always been like a relief. When I get to see the lights, I'm relieved. I'm like, all right, I'm here. I'm ready here, man. Yeah. But yo, man, it's been a pleasure always, my guy.
You feel I could plug a little something?
Go ahead, bro.
I'm saying, make sure y'all get that Boomin' single on Bandcamp.
There you go. Say it to the camera, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Omega Boomin'. It's on Bandcamp. Then go to YouTube and go O-MEGA. That's the name. O-MEGA.
Yeah.
And go watch Billions. Music video for Billions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I got an album coming out. It's called The Ballad of Bobbie Johnson.
Oh, you got that, John. Oh, we didn't even talk about Ballad of Bobbie Johnson.
We got The Ballad of Bobbie Johnson coming out. We can do a quick little 60-second blurb. Okay, The Ballad of Bobbie Johnson, right? It's a story of a young man. Starts, and basically hip-hop is his guide throughout this story. This is my story. I went through an experience about maybe 4 or 5 years ago before I met my wife. 2 years of a very, very dark period. And so this is the soundtrack to that story, you know, and there's a little bit of drug dealing, a little bit of hoeing, a little bit of pimping, you know, literally a whirlwind of experiences, addiction, suicide, all types of things that are defined in this story. And it's told through the thought process of all the Bobbies that you may know, Bobby Brown, Bobby Womack, you know, so look out for that, man.
Hey, y'all heard from the man first. It's your boy, The Hype. Peace, love, and bye.
Jordan, open. I got 2 twin Glocks strapped to my hip. One for the ops, one for the devil. Got the drip on me, and she take a sip. Doing shit you never see, like a dream of crib. Got a shorty in the club, going dumb. Pour another drink from the night till the one. Party all night, getting lit till the sun. Doing shit for fun, throw another one. Ay, I got 2 twin